Boxes. If I die in a combat zone, box me up and ship me home is how the cadence goes. This is the box, the CEO said at a staff meeting. Marines shouldn't be getting awards if they're operating in the box. The box is big, he said. We don't hand out awards for doing what's in your box, he said. But operating outside the box, thinking outside the box, that gets awarded. At Navy boot camp, I stand in front of a long table with my issued clothing in a green sea bag and a big empty cardboard box. Take off your shoes, the civilian man says. We take off our shoes. Put them in the box in front of you, he says. We put them in the box. Take off your socks, he says. We take off our socks. Put them in the box. We put them in the box. Put on your issued black socks. We put on our issued black socks. Take off your pants. We take off our pants. Put them in the box. We put them in the box. Take off your skivvies. We look around. What are skivvies? Underwear. We take off our underwear. Put it in the box or in the trash bin. We put our underwear in the box or trash bin. Put on your issued underwear. We put on our issued underwear. Put on your blue sweatpants. We put on our blue sweatpants. Take off your shirt. We take off our shirts. Put them in the box. We put them in the box. If you have a skivvy shirt, take it off. If we have skivvy shirts, we take them off. Put them in the box. We put them in the box. Put on your white Navy PT shirt. We put on our white Navy PT shirt. Put on your blue sweat top. We put on our blue sweat tops. Take the flaps of the box and fold them down. We take the flaps of the box and fold them down. Pick up the marker in front of you. We pick up the marker in front of us. Write your name in all caps on the first line of the to box. We write our name in all caps on the first line of the to box. Write your address in all caps on the next line in the to box. We write our addresses on the next line. Write your city, state, zip code in all caps. And we do this for a while. Our RDCs, that's what we call drill instructors, come for us, take us away from our boxes. We stand in boxes. Formation, they call it, but it's a box of people in rank and file. Our boxes are mobile. We can face left, face right, face about, forward march, pass and review, past the dignitary box, all in our boxes marching. We march to schools, to duty stations. At my first duty station, I take custody of the mount out box. I'm an RP at 1st Combat Engineer Battalion, 1st Marine Division. I guard and assist the chaplain. By guard, I mean he doesn't carry a weapon. I do. A bodyguard, a bullet sponge. By assist, I mean answer phones, take out trash, walk around the battalion, go to the field, set up religious services, and take responsibility for the mount out box. The mount out box is a 7-cube box with box with 7 cubic feet of space. The mount out box has a packing list prescribed by senior RPs and other officers in Washington. The 7-cube had a 30-day supply of wine, kosher and sacramental, prayer cards, prayer beads, rosary beads, Bibles, Qurans, Torahs, armed forces hymnals, candles, communion hosts, and grape juice. I had to waterproof the box to protect the contents from flooding when we put the box on a ship and the ship got flooded, or when it comes off a cargo plane and it's raining, wherever the Marine Corps has sent us. The 7-cube held everything my battalion needed to sustain its religious needs for 30 days. 30 is the magic number. We planned on not being resupplied for 30 days at our level. I think regiment's box, the next up the chain, was a 60-day box. Division's box was 90 days. All with the same stuff, just in larger quantities. My 7-cube was a green wooden heavy box with a heavy-duty lock. The lock was to protect the wine from unauthorized consumption, even though the sacramental wine was almost undrinkable. I learned to pack only what our Marines needed, not what the list from Washington said I had to have. I had 2 boxes, one for the inspection, when someone from division came to make sure my box matched the official list, and the real box, the one I took to Iraq. One day, someone from S4 told everyone to pack their boxes and mark them for embark. I was already packed. Someone from the 4 came and got my box and put it in a bigger box, a Quadcon or a Palcon maybe. I never saw it until we got to Kuwait. My box was waiting for me. I dragged that box all over Iraq. I kept an inventory of the box in my notebook. Sometimes I slept on that box. Sometimes in Iraq, we'd get priority mailboxes. Magic. These boxes can take a group of rough, tough, combat-hardened Marines, tired, hungry, and dirty from killing and protecting each other, and turn them into excited, energized little boys because they got mail. It's easy to forget that most of them are still boys. Teenagers, a few, not even 18, many not even 21, carrying weapons and the burden of killing a man and protecting his buddy, and some had the extra burden of leading and making decisions that could get a guy killed, even if they were the right decisions. But mailboxes helped make you forget all that for a second. Small and white with red and blue stripes, priority mailboxes brought fresh socks, snacks, smokes, pictures of home, and if we were lucky, soft toilet paper. Oftentimes, doting moms and loving wives would send extra items in the box because they knew we shared with everyone around us. Fun fact, those boxes smelled like home. It's easy to forget what home smells like when all you smell is sand and BO and blood and sweat and ball stink and trash. It's easy to forget home when you have a job to do, and that job requires you to wear a flak and Kevlar and carry a weapon with you all the damn time, even to the shitter, which could be a plastic box or sometimes be a hole you dug. I handed out dozens of those boxes. People would send us boxes addressed to any Marine, but I never gave them to any Marine. I gave them to my Marines. It was cool to get a box from a random American, mostly because we wanted what was in it, but also because it meant that people back home cared. This was early when the war was cool and America was pissed about the towers, and you could choke a whole city with all the yellow ribbon. Random folks sent us socks, snacks, and smokes too. We sometimes wrote thank you notes back to the people who sent us boxes. I used to look forward to getting boxes for my son filled with his schoolwork or art and the occasional handwritten note. We were supposed to burn all that stuff to protect us and our families if we were captured or tortured, of course, but I liked getting his boxes anyways. I didn't and I don't recall anyone burning mail from home unless we just couldn't carry it. When you live off what you can cram into a pack or on your back, you have to make choices. One time, the day we were leaving Iraq, and a few hours after I almost killed a man at a VCP to protect my chaplain and my Marines, one of the guys from 2nd CEB got a box, and we were standing in a box bullshitting waiting for Gunny, and we didn't see him walk up on us, and Gunny does that sometimes, sneak up on you, and since we didn't seem to notice that he was there for box time, formation, he yelled, "Oh, 10, hut!" And we all snapped to attention, and the poor Marine who'd just gotten a box was holding it, dropped the box, and the contents went everywhere, and it got covered in that powdery, shitty sand that probably has a ton of chemicals that are slowly killing us now. I'll skip around a little bit. We really do box people up and ship them home if they die in a combat zone, just like the cadence says. Before Marines get boxed up, the truth is, sometimes their Marines have to go collect the parts of their buddies and put them in bags so they can be shipped to the rear to be boxed up in a nice coffin and covered with a flag. Then some Marine or maybe a doc or an RP who was also friends with that Marine has to go and box up an inventory that belonged to the Marine who got killed. The box the Marine goes in gets covered in an American flag, and then that box gets lowered into the ground while taps plays, and moms and wives and little brothers and dads and sisters sob. Sometimes we might have tears too. I don't like to think about how many people I know in boxes and how many boxes I've seen lowered into the ground. I hate those boxes. Those things sound outrageous and horrible. They are all within the box the CO mentioned earlier. Even when I got home from Iraq during PT, I would sing, "If I die in a combat zone, box me up and ship me home." We all did, even after all that. And after 9 years, 10 months, and 28 days, I left the military. TMO came and packed my everything into boxes. TMO took an inventory of my stuff, then put it in a larger box to ship it to my new home. When I got to my new place, my stuff was not waiting for me. When the movers came, they unpacked everything and took all their boxes with them. I'm a civilian now. Those boxes, the 7 cubes and ammo can shitters and mailboxes and coffins, seem like forever ago, and sometimes I can still feel and smell those boxes. For a while, I was sending my boxes to my son when he lived in California and I in North Carolina. It wasn't a war zone, but divorce isn't easy. When he was young, I used to fill his box with Legos, his favorite snacks, and a handwritten note. I'm a civilian now. My journal, a Bible, uniforms, boots, medals, ribbons, MRE postcards, some shrapnel, an Iraqi compass, service record, awards are all in a box in my closet under bags and the other things. I never open the box those things are in. My son enlisted in the Marine Corps. Soon he will box his stuff up and send it home. He will sing about being boxed up and shipped home if he dies in a combat zone. He will get mailboxes and he might have to collect his friend's body parts and box up his friend's stuff. He could come home in a box. Or he could not. Maybe when he's older, he'll write about the boxes he sent me and the boxes I sent him as a kid and how those boxes differed from the ones I sent him when he was a Marine.